Hey guys, how's it going? Brad Riley here and welcome to this video. And in this one today, I'm going to be going through how you can prepare for SMMA meetings. Now, just before we jump into it, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another upload. And if you're not already, be sure to join the waitlist to get my brand new book, The SMMA Accelerator. Now, this is 150 pages running through how you can build and scale your own profitable social media agency. It's going to be 100% free. You just have to pay a few dollars for shipping and handling costs. Again, I want to make sure you can get a copy on release. So if you're interested in that, join the waitlist in the description down below. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So what I have open right now is a website of somebody, believe it or not, who is actually interested in help with their social media marketing and social media management side of their business. So what I thought I would do is actually find someone, almost like a real life prospect here, who is interested and show you essentially how you could prepare best for this business if you were to go in and have a meeting with them. Now, a couple of key things here before we jump into the nitty gritty of it in the computer. What I will just quickly say, along with every single meeting, whether it's in person or virtual over something like Zoom or Skype, always grab yourself a glass of water and make sure you have a pen and like notepad or paper ready, because there's going to be things that come up in the sales call that you're going to want to make notes on. Okay, the prospect's going to give you a bunch of information that you want to remember or revisit back on at some point. So having pen and paper, notes, and a glass of water just ready for every meeting is really important. So that's one thing you can do to prepare. Now, the second thing is actually prepping for the meeting in terms of what am I going to say, what is the business, what strategy am I going to use here, and this is like the main bulk of the video today, which is what I want to run through right here, right now. So what you're going to need with this, really, just like a simple Google document, right? Now, I've created a real simple example here. You can just create one of your own like this, but really what we want, this company right now, by the way, which is a heads up, they're looking for social media management and Facebook ads, okay? So we want to know product information. What is the product? What are they selling? What is the price? All of that info. Now, what information can we get in regards to the Facebook ads? What information and strategy can we get in terms of social media? Based off of everything we've seen, what do we think we can price at? And then also any additional notes at the bottom. Okay, and if you have all this information, it's going to put you in a great position going into the sales call. All right, so first things first, product information. So what we want to do here is we want to get the website open and we want to take a little look. So first of all, overall, their website, it's not too bad. It's also quite in your face. I mean, this thing at the top here is a bit big. We're not offering website stuff, but overall, it seems okay, right? Now, what do they sell? Well, it's very obvious to me right here. By the looks of it, they sell women's shoes. Okay, so let's go and make a note on that. Product information, sell women's shoes. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Let's look at the average price. Now, obviously, bear in mind, every single business and product is going to be different, all right? And I'm just using these as an example, but £38, £27, 27, 29. So, I mean, it's pretty consistent. I mean, for the most part, those seem to be about £30 on average. So let's just let this adjust. £38. Okay, so we can pretty much say, based off of everything we've seen, priced between 25 to 40, okay? Just worth us knowing. Okay, great. So now what do we want to look at? So that's pretty much, as far as information goes, I mean, they're a women's fashion brand that sells shoes between this price range. Pretty much all we need to know for now, okay? Any additional questions, we can ask that in the meeting. But for the most part, we know what it is they're selling. We know what we can do to help. So what's next? Well, what's next is Facebook ads. So what you can do here is go on. First thing you always want to check for when you're prepping for a meeting, do they have a pixel installed? Now you can use this right here. This is called the Facebook Pixel Helper. It's a free Chrome extension you can get, and it will simply tell you whether or not a company actually has a pixel installed. In this scenario, they do, which is really good. If they've got a pixel installed, it means they clearly believe in Facebook ads to some degree. Maybe they just need help with it. All right, so we can make a note on that. So we know that the Facebook pixel is installed. So what do we know based off of this now? So the pixel is installed, so what might we ask them? Okay, so because the pixel is installed, we now know, have they run ads before? You know, let's say the pixel wasn't installed, we may ask them a different set of questions. You know, maybe it's like, okay, do you know what the pixel is? Let me explain to you what the pixel is and what the benefits are of installing it. In this scenario, they have it installed, so instead we may make some notes on some questions we might ask. Okay, so have you run ads before? If they have, were they profitable? You know, how much pixel data do you have? / how many monthly visitors / buyers, you know? These are questions that you can ask because you know they now have a Facebook pixel installed. Again, this is very important because on the other side of it, If they didn't have a pixel installed, well, the great thing is you can come in and say, okay, what I tend to do in that scenario is break down exactly what the pixel is, how you can set up retargeting, lookalike campaigns, and how we can actually get that installed for them when we first start working together. All right, so that's one thing we know, the Facebook pixel. So what else do you want to look at? The next thing you want to do is get up their Facebook page. Now, most businesses on their website, if you have it, it's normally at the top in the header, at the bottom in the footer, or on the contact page is normally where you can find social media links. So let's take a look at their Facebook page. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, 15,000 people like the page. That's a good sign, okay? They may just all be fake and bought, but that is a good sign. 5-star reviews based on 18 opinions. Okay, this is good. But what we really want to look at here is less so the social media content and the presence. It's more so this page transparency section. So if we click see more, what we can see is if they're currently running ads. And it says here, this page is not currently running ads. Okay, so we know not currently running ads, which is fine, okay? However, this is where it's important. This is where it's really important for prepping for SMMA meetings. If they are running ads, what you can click here is go to library, and it will show you exactly what ads they've got set up. It will show you the creative, it will show you the copy, it will show you the countries they're targeting, how long the ad's been running. Now, what's good here is, let's say you look at an ad and you're like, whoa, this ad copy is horrendous, right? It's not spaced out, there's no call to action, they've not got any like urgency whatsoever in their ad creative, their ad copy, sorry. The creative is really bad. Also, I'm taking a look here as well, and they're not utilizing videos, like they're doing everything wrong, right? What you can do is then make notes on it. So if they are running ads, make some notes here on what could be improved, what could be done better, what you would do different, and how you would set that up. Make notes. And by the way, keep it to bullet points so it's easy to read and easy. Like if you're on a call, you don't want paragraphs of information written down and try and read it like a robot. Have bullet points, okay? So that's really important. Diagnosing the page transparency section, seeing if they're running ads. If not, okay, that's fine, and we can discuss that in the call. If they are, fantastic, how can we improve them? And what does that strategy look like? If they're not currently running ads, you may make some notes on what you can do. So this is currently a fashion brand. Now we've seen actually, they've got 15,000 page likes. So we know they've got a decent social media presence. So we could run, we can retarget page followers, we can also set up a retargeting campaign for people who add to cart but not buy. That's also stuff that we want to know. We can do lookalike audiences based off website data. Like you can start making a note of things that you can tell them that you can do, and what you can do to help. So after that, this business wants social media. So now, how do you prep for a social media management client? Okay, cool. So let's take a look at their Instagram here. All right, 17.2 thousand followers. That's really good. They've got the swipe up feature, looking good. They've also got a bunch of highlights, again, looking good. They're not branded that well. They could be branded. So if you can make a note of that potentially. So for social media, you could say, brand the highlight covers on Instagram. Cool. Let's go back. So let's take a look. So they're doing hashtags. Now these are reposts. For the most part, the content is all reposts. A lot of it's reposts, right? So that's something we'd make a note of. Most of the content is reposts. It's not optimized at all, You think about it, if you're just reposting, you've got a big thing in the corner up here that's like a big repost image, it just doesn't look very professional. The best thing you can do, if it is user-generated content, is download it, post it yourself, and just credit them and tag them within the actual image. The captions, they're okay, but it's a bit messy, right? There's not a great use of emojis. Again, they probably could have more optimized hashtags, but you can take a look down here, right? And based off it, when I'm looking at this, I don't look at this feed right now and think, wow, that's a really aesthetic, clean feed. You just don't look at it and think that. So I would say, more branding on feed, make it cleaner and more aesthetic, right? So those are all things that I, looking at that, would do. You can also look at the engagement on the post. Could the engagement be improved? They're not currently running stories. That's something that you could consult them with. Maybe you can do it for them. You've got swipe up feature, but you're not currently running any stories. You could be driving traffic every day. Make a note of it, okay? Cool. So now we now know that. We've prepped all of that down. And now, based off that information, we may be able to look at that company and be like, okay, you know what? Based off of what I've seen so far, I think we could price at, just as an estimate, 1,000 per month, for ads, and then, 500 per month for management, okay? And that's like total $1,500 per month. Now, this could just be an estimate, but because you've done it, you've got an idea of what you want to price. You know, let's say you visited this website, they had 0 followers, 0 everything, no pixel, it's clearly a startup business. They're going to struggle to pay $1,500, but they may be able to if it looks like a bit more of an established company. Same goes the other way. If you're on their website and they're selling like $5,000 packages, they've got 100,000 Facebook followers, engagement through the roof, you can probably ramp your price right up. So this isn't your, like, you're not going to send this to your client. These are your notes, okay? But you have some idea going into it. And then you can make some final notes on here. So is there any information, questions that based off of looking on their website you want to ask them? Well, maybe we want to say, you know, what are your margins? What are your profit margins, right? What's the cost of goods and services? If we're selling these for you, what price do we need to hit to break even, okay? So just because we sell a pair of shoes at £40 and they're £40 doesn't mean we make them any money. They're actually losing the money by the time they pay for the cost of goods and shipping, right? So what is that cost? So you can make any final notes down the bottom here. And overall, that is how you prep for a meeting. Now, an additional thing that you can do is if you really want to go in depth here and really dig deep, find competitors, look at what the competitors are doing. And again, get all their links ready to send to the prospect when you're on a meeting and say, look, this is what you're doing. This is what your competitor's doing. We can do it like them, make it really clean, but even more professional. All right. And things like that are really, really important. Now, on a final note, what I will say here, which is like a final thing that you can do to prepare for SMMA meetings. Number one is to actually have a sales script. Now, when I say a sales script, I don't necessarily mean like you reading off it like a robot, right? But you want some type of structure, some type of meeting structure that you can follow going into it. Now, if you're in the Entrepreneur Accelerator, which is my mentorship group, I actually give away a 100% free of charge. It's like a 10-15 page sales structure, right? It goes through a bunch of different questions you can ask, all at different sections of the meeting, what that process should look like, what that structure should flow like. And again, if you're a student inside of that, you get that 100% free of charge. And also what I recommend you do, if you are a student of mine or whether you're not, is you find an accountability partner and practice the script. Now, what I'm willing to do, because you're watching this video, you've got to the end, I do have a link to a 7-day free trial that you can join in the top link of the description. If you join that 7-day free trial, I will send you the script 100% free of charge. And then what you can do is you can use that community, pop a message in the group and just say, hey, I'm looking for somebody to practice this script with. I'm looking to role play the sales script. And I guarantee you, this has happened multiple times now. Tens and tens of students have connected with one another and actually practiced the sales script, practice the meeting. So you can go into it not just with this, not just with your pen and paper, but actually prepped with the structure, with the questions you know you're going to ask, and then you will ultimately have the best chance of success. So if you're interested in joining that, you can get a link for a 7-day free trial. I'll send you my meeting structure script 100% free of charge, and you can also get yourself connected with another like-minded, abundant entrepreneur who you can role play your sales script with to make sure when you go into the meeting, again, you are best prepared. Now, hopefully you found a bunch of value in this video. If you did, please drop a like. It really helps me to rank these YouTube videos. It's really favorable for the YouTube algorithm, so it would really mean a lot. And then also, don't forget to grab yourself a copy or get yourself on the waitlist for this book so you can get a copy on release. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.